is our last quarter, September, October, and November. Of course, I'm going to jump back to August. That was our 50th anniversary kickoff week. We had events scheduled all week long, and I questioned myself, why did I schedule an event every day that week? It was crazy, but it was very rewarding. We had the balloon release on Monday, we had a time capsule there on Tuesday, we had the proclamation on Wednesday, we did the 50th event on the field, which where we spelled out MCDC 50 on the field. That was flawless. We did that once before at the local softball field, and it was an all-day event. We did it on center in less than 30 minutes, so I was very, very proud. And that Friday, we closed with the Job Corps commencement, 50th anniversary graduation. We was able to have Coleman Eldridge, which is the executive assistant to Governor Steve Beshear, as our guest speaker, and he was phenomenal. We received during that week a special congressional recognition from Congressman Ed Whitfield for positively serving at-risk youth and our invaluable service to the local community. September 6th, we hosted an SGA prom on campus, and you sit and think, well, what does that relate to the community? Well, we seek caterers, we seek photographers, and we even shop at the local opportunity store for prom dresses and proper clothing for our students to participate. We embraced Bridges Out of Poverty during September. This training was very rewarding for our staff. The military club has parked cars and provided traffic control at the Kentucky Deer Classic, and the American Red Cross has been very active with us. Mr. Gilbert is here. Mr. Gilbert. He has recruited 2 students per month to work at off-center blood drives. Our students get great work-based learning experience out of that, and we appreciate that linkage, Mr. And I got a phone call from a gentleman, and he was a graduate from Earl C. Clements. He was a 1977 graduate, Bobby Johnson, and he wanted to come and speak to our students. And it was an honor to meet him because he thanked Job Corps for his base. He came into the program, he could not even read, but he actually graduated from Earl C. Clements, which we used to be a satellite campus of Earl C. Clements at that time. And he went on to the military, and now he contracts with computers at different military bases. So he's very successful, and our students really enjoy it. Our co-ed softball team participates in a lot of local charity tournaments. They have been involved in several throughout the season. Recreation leaders, they conducted trash cleanup on the rails to trails from the Central City Inn all the way to the Greenville Inn. Our recreation staff loves getting out and doing projects such as that. So if you ever have a need at a ballpark, rails to trails, any area that may need a cleanup, please let us know. We have sponsored Gene Days, and we were able to donate to the Muhlenberg County Parks and Recreation to have our support written. In late September, we had 31 staff and students to also participate in the Happy Feet 5K Glow Run, which purchases through the Family Resource Centers at the school. We purchase shoes for those who need. HR Ministries hosted a meet at the flagpole on National Day of Prayer to pray for our country. They held special events on center and off center, church services on campus, and they're always very generous with gifts to those students who are left on center during campus who do not go home during Christmas. Late October, our recreation department and health career students and military club members, we had the honor of hosting the Senior Citizens Prom. Crystal DeMond, the coordinator, she contacted us because they have outgrown their facilities and they needed a bigger location. So we was able to sponsor their prom. They was able to max their goal. Last year she profited $90 off of their prom, and this year she was able to profit $540. All of the proceeds from their senior prom goes to their senior hot delivered meal program. In Central City during the holidays, we also had 30 students to participate in the On Center, which is a local haunted house in Central City. I'm sure y'all saw that advertised quite a bit. Some of you may even went through it. But we had around 30 students who helped set that up, who worked it, and there was over 528 community service hours for that event, and they were able to raise over $7,000 for the restoration and upkeep of that. In November, we will be hosting a blood drive on center on November 12th. December, our student government, I have over here 2 SGA members. If you would stand up.
My name is Aders Moreno. I'm part of the Student Government Association. I'm the treasurer. I inquire about the money that comes in and off campus. I'm also a peer counselor. You know, I like to motivate, I mentor, like empower students, and essentially Our challenge as the Student Government Association is that we have an abundance of students not pursuing advanced educational options due to the lack of readiness of career development programs. This is extremely important to us as an SGA because we are fully aware of the potential of our student body. And we believe that if given the pertinent information through our Next Step program, we believe that our students will be able to achieve more success.
My name is Jessica Tyler, and I am the Sergeant at Arms for Student Government Association here at Muhlenberg Career Development Center. And like Alex, I am also a peer counselor. Some of the activities that Ms. Robinson listed, I was one of those many students who were highly involved in that. I helped with the fair, I helped with the Honey House. So as you can see, I am very deeply involved, and that's one of the main things that as a Student Government Association member that we try to instill into our students. Like, we want our students to get involved and put a good face out there, put a good foot in the doors, because as Job Corps students, sometimes we're not looked at in the most positive way. So when students like myself or Alex or other students here on the center, when we go out and be involved in the community, that makes me feel good. And that's basically our goal as a
I want to recognize Mr. DeArmond because, of course, he's retiring out of position and out of course, our council, but he has served on our council for 8 years. He has been dedicated to the Job Corps program. Any need, any letter of support, any advice that's ever been needed from the center, you've been very, very supportive of that, and we want to thank you. And here's a plaque of appreciation for your years of service to our council.
This is my final meeting here. Monday I have my final meeting in Hopkinsville as a member of the PACS and PAD board. So I'm telling everybody I'm on my farewell tour. And I've had 8 fun years serving as mayor and been on the council out here in various positions. And many of the individuals sitting in this room have been my bread and butter. They've been supportive of me and made my job a lot easier. More state level, spent a lot of money training me, equipping me, paying my salary. If I could save one life, it would be worth it. When I look at this facility and think of all the millions of dollars that's been spent out here, and all the training and schooling, and if you all can take one young lady or young man out of the projects in a major city and bring them here and give them some basics and make them successful, more likely you save their life, because in those certain environments with the gangs and so on, a lot of individuals lose their lives at a young age. So I would say, of all the money that's been spent here, I guarantee you there's been some lives saved, because I've read about some of the success stories that's come out of this facility. I see them in the paper, and Gary related one to me last year. So of all the money that's been spent out here, if one life, one young man or young woman has come to this facility and left successfully, more than likely you've saved that person's life. And all that money's been spent is well worth it. That's the way I see it. But it's been an honor and a pleasure to be here, and I wish you continued success.